Hello, friends. Welcome back to Mindset Hub Tube. Another day, another opportunity to upgrade your mindset. Today, we decode one of the most powerful self-development books that can transform your thinking, habits, success, and future. So, without wasting time, let's begin. Success in life doesn't come from talent alone. It doesn't come from luck, family background, or education level. It comes from something even more powerful, the inner ability to push yourself forward, to grow, to make progress, and to become better every single day. That is exactly what George Matthew Adams teaches in his book, You Can. The core belief of this book is very clear. You are capable of far more than you think. Most people fail in life not because they lack ability, but because they lack belief, discipline, clarity, consistency, and self-direction. Success is built, not gifted. According to Adams, no one is born successful. Success is a construction project, not a birthright. Every great career, every great business, every leadership position is built through mindset, purpose, responsibility, effort, and patience. People who achieve extraordinary results are not extraordinary people, they are ordinary people with extraordinary commitment. There are countless people who started with nothing, no money, no connections, no degree, yet built multi-million-dollar businesses simply because they believed that progress was their responsibility, not someone else's job. Adam says, "Life will not give you what you want. It will give you what you work for." This is a wake-up call. The world does not reward wishes, it rewards actions. Many people hope for success but do not prepare for it. Successful people prepare first, then achieve. The mind is the starting point of success. Your life today is a result of your previous thinking. Your life tomorrow will be a result of your future thinking. Most people underestimate the power of their mind. They fill their minds with fear, doubt, laziness, excuses, and negative assumptions. Then they wonder why life doesn't change. Adams explains that the mind is like fertile soil. Plant success thoughts, you grow success. Plant failure thoughts, you grow failure. Plant nothing, weeds will grow automatically. This is why successful people guard their mind. They are careful about what they watch, read, listen to, talk about, spend time on, spend time with. If a person surrounds themselves with lazy friends who complain about everything, they will eventually learn to complain too. But if they surround themselves with ambitious people who talk about goals, business, health, and growth, they will become like them. Because environment shapes mindset, and mindset shapes destiny. The three invisible forces that determine success. According to Adams, three silent internal forces shape the direction of your life. 1. What you believe you are capable of. 2. What you think you deserve. 3. What you expect from yourself daily. Let's break them down. 1. Belief in capability. If someone believes I can't do it, they will stop before even starting. If someone believes I can learn, I can improve, I can grow, they give themselves permission to try. Without belief, talent is useless. With belief, even average skills can produce extraordinary outcomes. 2. Sense of deserving. Many people never try for bigger goals, not because they are weak, but because they feel they don't deserve success. Adams teaches that success is not about deserving, it is about earning. When you work hard, take responsibility, and grow, you automatically start to feel deserving. 3. Self-expectation. People rise or fall to the level of their expectations. If you expect average performance from yourself, you will settle for an average life. If you expect excellence, your standards will pull you upward. A thought worth remembering. The person who demands more from himself eventually becomes the person others admire. Why most people never reach their potential. Adams says failure is rarely caused by inability. Instead, people fail because of excuses, laziness, lack of focus, fear of mistakes, dependency on others, waiting for motivation, lack of discipline, comfort addiction. He argues that comfort is the biggest enemy of potential. Someone dreams of a fit body but chooses comfort instead of workout. Someone dreams of financial freedom but chooses comfort instead of learning skills. Someone dreams of success but chooses comfort instead of discipline. Success is not comfortable, but it is worth it. Comfort is temporary, regret is permanent. Self-responsibility is the turning point of life. Adams emphasizes that the moment you take 100% responsibility for your life begins to change. The most dangerous words anyone can say are, "It's not my fault," "I can't do anything," "I am unlucky," "Someone else should help me." These statements remove power from yourself and give it to the outside world. Successful individuals think differently. If something goes wrong, I will fix it. If I don't know, I will learn. If I fail, I will try again. If I struggle, I will grow stronger. Responsibility is not a burden, it is a superpower. The power of consistency. Adams says that the difference between successful and average people is not how hard they work once, but how consistently they work every day. Consistency builds habits, skills, expertise, opportunities, reputation, success. Many people work hard for 1 week and then quit when results do not appear. They forget that results come after consistency, not before. No one becomes fit after one workout. No one becomes rich after one idea. No one becomes confident after one achievement. Repetition builds results. Discipline, the bridge between dreams and results. Every dream is reachable. The problem is not dreaming, the problem is doing. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, when you feel motivated and when you don't feel motivated. Adams teaches that the person who is disciplined becomes unstoppable, because discipline makes you work even when you feel tired, continue even when you feel bored, learn even when you feel confused, practice even when you feel slow, improve even when you feel discouraged. The reward of discipline is long-term success. The reward of comfort is short-term pleasure but long-term regret. The importance of high standards. Success follows people who demand excellence from themselves. High standards affect everything: how you work, how you speak, how you treat others, how you handle responsibilities, how much value you deliver. When you set high standards, you automatically stand out in any industry. 2 employees start at the same time. One does only what is required, the other gives more effort, learns more, works better, communicates better. The first complains that opportunities are unfair. The second grows rapidly. The difference? Standards. People who hold themselves to high standards become valuable everywhere. The key outcome of the first principles of the book. So far, the message of Adams is very clear. Believe you can, think like a success, accept responsibility, live by discipline, stay consistent, hold high standards. If you apply these principles daily, you will begin to notice better mindset, better habits, better opportunities, better people around you, better confidence, better results. Transformation always starts internally, then shows externally. Success is not a single event. It is a daily system, a combination of habits, actions, and decisions repeated over time. George Matthew Adams explains that the strongest predictor of future success is not intelligence, luck, or talent, but the habits you live by every day. Habits create identity. Identity shapes lifestyle. Lifestyle shapes destiny. People do not suddenly become successful. They grow into success through patterns of behavior that support growth. The science of powerful success habits. Every successful individual in business, sports, leadership, or creativity builds habits that move them closer to their goals. Adams highlights a core idea. You become what you repeatedly do. If you repeatedly learn, you become knowledgeable. If you repeatedly practice, you become skilled. If you repeatedly improve, you become excellent. If you repeatedly avoid discomfort, you become weak. Habits shape your future before the future arrives. A person who reads 20 minutes daily may not feel immediate change, but in a year, they have finished 20-plus books. Their knowledge, awareness, and decision-making are far ahead of others. The difference wasn't one big action, it was daily discipline. Success is not built in big leaps, it's built in small, consistent steps. The power of daily action. Adams says the biggest gap in society is not the gap between rich and poor, it is the gap between knowledge and action. Most people know what to do, but they do not do it. They know exercise is good, but skip it. They know saving money is good, but delay it. They know learning skills is necessary, but procrastinate. The reason is simple. Action requires effort. Effort is uncomfortable. People avoid discomfort. Therefore, they avoid progress. Successful individuals think differently. They understand that pain is part of progress and resistance is part of growth. So they choose to act even when it's hard. Many people wait for motivation to start working. High achievers don't wait. They start first, and motivation follows afterward. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates results. Results create motivation. And once motivation appears, consistency becomes easier. You must lead yourself before you lead your life. Adams explains that many people are unable to manage life because they cannot manage themselves. If you cannot control mood, control attention, control time, control energy, control habits, then life will feel out of control. Personal leadership begins when you stop being driven by feelings and start being driven by decisions. A disciplined person doesn't wake up thinking, "Do I feel like doing this?" A disciplined person wakes up thinking, "What must be done?" This is why disciplined people progress faster. They don't negotiate with excuses. Self-control, the foundation of peak performance. Adams emphasizes that self-control separates winners from average achievers. Self-control means working when the mind wants to rest, listening when the emotions want to react, planning when the brain wants shortcuts, delaying gratification when desires want instant pleasure. Self-control doesn't limit life, it liberates life. A student who practices self-control may choose to study rather than scroll social media. The sacrifice seems small, but repeated over years, it creates expertise, opportunities, and confidence. A person without self-control becomes a victim of impulses: procrastination, anger, laziness, distraction, addiction. A person with self-control becomes a creator of their future. Repetition, your greatest skill developer. Adams makes a crucial point. Anything you repeat, you get better at, including failure and success. If you repeatedly avoid pain, you become good at escaping responsibility. If you repeatedly complain, you become good at spotting negativity. If you repeatedly take action, you become good at producing results. If you repeatedly practice, you become a master. This makes repetition a strategic tool. Skill is not given. Skill is earned through repetition. You don't practice until you get it right. You practice until you can't get it wrong. This level of repetition turns effort into automatic strength. Handling failure like successful people. Most people fear failure, but successful people use failure as data and feedback. Adams teaches, failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a part of success. People who fear failure avoid opportunities. People who understand failure pursue opportunities. The real difference is how they respond to failure. Average person response, "It didn't work, I quit." Successful person response, "It didn't work, I learned, I'll improve, I'll try again." The ability to recover faster than others is a superpower. Every successful entrepreneur faced failure. Some even failed dozens of times. Their success didn't come because they avoided failure. It came because they refused to stop. Failure is educational, not fatal. Courage, the fuel of progress. Adams explains that fear is not the enemy. Giving up because of fear is the enemy. Every big dream requires courage. Courage to start, courage to continue, and courage to finish. Courage means doing the right thing even when you are scared. People often wait for fear to disappear before they take action. But fear never disappears. It becomes weaker only when you move forward. Courageous people say yes to responsibility, say yes to challenges, say yes to growth, say yes to opportunities, and say no to excuses. Each courageous decision makes the next decision easier. The difference between goals and wishes. Many people wish for success. Few plan for success. Even fewer work for success. Adams emphasizes wishes change nothing. Goals change everything. A goal requires clarity, strategy, measurement, deadline, and accountability. Without a clear goal, effort is scattered, motivation is unstable, focus is weak, productivity is inconsistent. With a clear goal, effort becomes directed, motivation becomes internal, focus becomes sharp, and productivity becomes predictable. Get healthy is a wish. Lose 5 kilograms in 60 days by exercising 45 minutes daily and following a specific diet is a goal. Goals create structure. Structure creates progress. Real value comes from contribution, not competition. Adams teaches that the most successful people don't aim to be better than others, they aim to be better than their previous self. Competition with others creates insecurity. Competition with yourself creates mastery. You win in life by becoming more capable, becoming more valuable, becoming more skilled, becoming more disciplined. Value attracts success. Employers do not promote the person who complains the most. They promote the person who solves problems. Clients do not pay more to the person who is available. They pay more to the person who creates results. Success always follows value. Direction matters more than speed. Adams gives a deep insight. It is better to move slowly in the right direction than quickly in the wrong direction. Society celebrates speed, fast success, fast fame, fast money. But the most stable success is built step by step. People who rush usually seek shortcuts, avoid learning, ignore fundamentals, and quit when things get tough. People who focus on direction build foundation, build habits, build expertise, build resilience. The goal isn't to grow fast, the goal is to grow strong.
Pressure and struggle are part of achievement. Adams explains that no one becomes mentally strong by avoiding pressure. Pressure is where growth happens. Just like muscles grow by resisting weight, the mind grows by resisting difficulty. Struggles build patience, build wisdom, build emotional resilience, build self-confidence. Every challenge you defeat increases your capacity for the next challenge. Real-life example. Public speaking makes many people nervous, but if someone continues to practice despite the fear, they eventually become confident, and that confidence transfers to other areas of life. Struggle is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are growing. Surrounding yourself with the right people. Environment influences success more than most people realize. Adams claims, the people around you can either accelerate your success or destroy your ambition. If you spend time with complainers, gossipers, negative thinkers, lazy people, your mindset becomes like theirs. If you spend time with doers, thinkers, achievers, optimistic builders, your mindset becomes like theirs. Energy is contagious. Ambition is contagious. Excellence is contagious. You must protect your environment the same way you protect your mind. 2 types of growth, internal and external. The world praises external success, but internal success is what creates it. When you build confidence, you take action.
When you build discipline, you stay consistent. When you build character, people trust you. When you build self-respect, you refuse to settle for a small life. Internal growth is the foundation. External growth is the result. Adam says, "The world sees what you achieve, only you know what you overcome." This is why two people with the same level of education, skill, or opportunity can end up with completely different results. The difference is not in their surroundings, it is in their internal operating system. A person with skills but no discipline will struggle. A person with ambition but no patience will quit. A person with talent but no self-respect will settle for less. Internal growth determines how you think under pressure, react in failure, handle stress, manage distractions, use time, speak to yourself, treat others, face difficulty. When the inside becomes strong, the outside eventually transforms. Self-respect and self-confidence, the silent success engines. Adams emphasizes that a person who does not respect themselves will never demand a better life. Self-respect builds high standards. High standards build high performance. High performance build high rewards. Many people lose before starting because they think, "I am not good enough. Others are better than me. I don't deserve success." This mindset kills ambition. True self-respect is not arrogance. It is the belief that you are worthy of progress because you are willing to work for it. Confidence is also not something you wait for, it is something you build. Confidence comes from preparations, practice, discipline, completion of tasks, and overcoming challenges. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, confidence increases. Every time you break a promise to yourself, confidence decreases. So confidence is not an emotion, it is a track record of self-trust. Energy management. Winners protect their energy. Adams explains that time is not your most valuable resource. Energy is. You can have free time but no energy and achieve nothing. You can have little time but high energy and achieve a lot. Successful people manage their energy wisely. They avoid things that drain them, such as useless arguments, negative conversations, gossip, drama, jealousy, complaining, overthinking. Instead, they focus on things that energize them: learning, creating, working on goals, exercising, resting with purpose, talking to positive people. When your energy is high, progress becomes easy. When your energy is low, even small tasks feel impossible. So protecting your energy means protecting your future. The responsibility mindset, the mindset of achievers. Adams states clearly that people who succeed take responsibility for everything in their life, even when things are not their fault. Why? Because responsibility gives power. If you blame the world, you can't change anything. If you take responsibility, you can improve everything. Two people lose their job. One says, "The world is unfair." The other says, "Time to upskill and bounce back." Which one grows? The one who takes responsibility. Responsibility doesn't mean guilt. Responsibility means ownership. When you say, "I will learn, I will improve, I will fix this, I will do better next time," you become unstoppable. People who run from responsibility also run from success. The mindset toward work. Love the process, not just the reward. Adams highlights a common problem. Most people want the rewards of success, but not the process of success. They want confidence without facing fear, fitness without exercise, income without skill, recognition without consistency, leadership without responsibility. But life doesn't work that way. The more you love the process, the faster the reward comes. When people enjoy learning, they become smarter naturally. When people enjoy training, they become healthier naturally. When people enjoy working, they become more successful naturally. Successful individuals don't wake up thinking, "I have to work." They wake up thinking, I get to work. Work becomes purpose. Purpose becomes fuel. Character, the hidden currency of long-term success. Skill can give you opportunities, but character determines whether you can hold on to those opportunities. Adams gives practical examples. If you lie, eventually people stop trusting you. If you cheat, eventually opportunities disappear. If you disrespect others, leadership will never follow you. If you are unreliable, people stop depending on you. If you are careless with responsibility, you will never rise. Character protects your progress. People who build strong character keep promises, follow through, communicate honestly, treat others fairly, work ethically, stay humble while growing. Character is the foundation that holds your success stable. Many people reach the top but cannot stay there, not because they lack skill, but because they lack character. Purpose, the multiplier of effort. Without purpose, even hard work feels tiring. With purpose, even difficult work becomes meaningful. Adams teaches that the easiest way to become unstoppable is to have a reason bigger than comfort. Ask yourself, why do I want to grow? Why do I want success? Why do I want discipline? Why do I want financial stability? Why do I want to become my best version? When the why becomes clear, the how becomes easier. Purpose gives strength during hardship. Purpose fuels discipline when motivation fades. Purpose builds patience during slow progress. A person with a strong purpose becomes a force. Focus, the most profitable mental skill. Adams says, what you focus on grows. When you focus on problems, problems grow. When you focus on opportunities, opportunities grow. Most people fail not because they are incapable, but because they divide their mind into too many directions, too many distractions, too many tasks, too many goals, too much noise. Success requires single-direction effort. One skill mastered is more powerful than 10 skills started and abandoned. One business built is more powerful than 5 businesses planned but never executed. One goal achieved builds more confidence than 10 goals written but never acted on. Focus produces depth. Depth produces mastery. Mastery produces success. Mental toughness, staying strong when life gets hard. Adams describes mental toughness using one sentence. When the pressure increases, the strong become sharper. Anyone can work when life is easy. The real achievers keep working when life is difficult. Mental toughness means not giving up when progress is slow, not panicking during setbacks, not stopping when others criticize, not falling apart when plans change, not losing self-belief during failure. Pressure is not your enemy. Weakness under pressure is your enemy. You defeat weakness by training your mind to stay calm, stay disciplined, stay committed. Every challenge you survive makes you mentally stronger. Every mentally stronger version of you creates a better future. The real transformation. Adams summarizes transformation simply. If you change your thoughts, you change your decisions. Your decisions change your actions. Your actions change your habits. Your habits change your future. Transformation doesn't happen by luck. Transformation happens by design. You don't wait for a better life. You build a better life. Building unshakable belief. Adams explains that belief is not luck, nor magic. It is a decision. When you decide to believe in yourself, you activate your inner resources, creativity, courage, energy, focus, and determination. A person without belief sees only obstacles. A person with belief sees possibilities. Belief does not guarantee success instantly, but lack of belief guarantees failure immediately. Before others believe in you, you must believe in yourself. If a person doesn't believe they can learn public speaking, they will never try. But once they believe they can learn, they start practicing, and eventually they become confident. Belief comes before capability. Belief is not arrogance. Belief is permission you give to yourself to grow. Self-improvement, the daily responsibility. Adam states that success is not something you chase. It is something you become worthy of. You do not get success first and then become better later. You become better first, and success arrives naturally. Success belongs to the person who improves their skills, their mindset, their emotional strength, their work ethic, their communication, and their patience. Self-improvement isn't a one-time project. It is a daily practice. A simple rule emerges. If today you are better than yesterday, you are moving toward success. Even small daily improvements compound over time. 1% better daily equals 37 times better in 1 year. 1% worse daily equals decline in every area of life. You don't have to improve dramatically. You just have to improve continuously. You must demand more from yourself. Most people accept life as it is. Extraordinary people demand more from themselves than what life expects. Life may ask for minimum effort. Achievers ask for maximum performance. Success requires higher work standards, higher discipline standards, higher learning standards, higher moral standards, higher performance standards. It is not about competing with others. It is about refusing to settle at your lowest potential. Every time you stretch your limits expand. Becoming valuable in every field. Adams highlights a very practical truth. People earn according to the value they provide, not the time they spend. Time is common. Value is rare. To increase value, you need to increase skill depth, reliability, speed and accuracy of work, ability to solve problems, professional maturity, communication, and leadership skills. In every profession, the most valuable people are those who take responsibility, deliver results, improve systems, reduce problems, innovate solutions, and contribute beyond expectations. Their value makes them irreplaceable. In a workplace, two employees may have the same job role. One does basic assigned tasks. The other identifies problems, fixes them, brings new ideas, and improves the system. Who will grow faster? The one who adds value, not just hours. Guarding your mind against negativity. Adams warns that negativity destroys progress faster than failure. Failure can teach you. Negativity weakens you. Negativity comes through negative people, negative content, negative conversations, negative self-talk. The more negativity enters your mind, the weaker your belief and ambition become. Therefore, protecting your mind is not selfish, it is strategic. You must distance yourself from people who laugh at your goals, people who discourage growth, people who spread fear and doubt, people who gossip and criticize others, because a negative environment can silence a brilliant mindset. You owe yourself a life where your dreams are not suffocated by someone else's limitations. overcoming laziness and procrastination. Adams does not treat laziness as a character defect. He treats it as a trained pattern. People are not born lazy. People become lazy by repeatedly delaying tasks, choosing comfort, avoiding difficulty, seeking entertainment before work. Procrastination becomes a habit, and habits feel normal. The most effective solution is to reverse the sequence. Instead of work after comfort, practice comfort after work. Say to yourself, I will relax, watch something, or enjoy leisure, but only after I complete a task. This rewires the brain. First, productivity, then comfort. What feels difficult initially becomes natural after repetition. Successful individuals are not free from laziness. They have simply learned to act despite laziness. Emotion management, controlling reactions. Adams highlights a subtle yet powerful success factor. Your reactions decide your destiny. Smart people often lose opportunities not because of lack of skill, but because of anger, ego, argumentative nature, or emotional overreaction. Emotion without control damages progress. Emotion with control becomes strength. Silence during pressure is more powerful than anger. Patience during disagreement is more powerful than winning an argument. Thinking before reacting is more powerful than speaking immediately. In professional life, it's not the most talented people who get promoted. It's the people who remain calm, rational, and solution-focused under stress. The ability to control emotions is a high-income skill. Taking big steps before you feel ready. Adams explains that most people wait too long, waiting to feel confident, waiting for the right time, waiting until they are perfectly prepared. But readiness comes after action, not before action. If you wait for perfect conditions, you will wait forever. Every big achievement begins with a jump into uncertainty. New career, new project, new skill, new responsibility, new lifestyle. Growth requires doing things you have never done before. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is acting while fear exists. Experiences build expertise. Expertise builds confidence. Confidence builds opportunities. So the correct order is action, learning, mastery, confidence. Not confidence, action. Becoming unstoppable through consistency. Adams teaches that consistency beats intensity. Anyone can work hard for one day. Successful people work steadily for months and years. Consistency creates momentum, efficiency, expertise, reputation, and opportunities. Even if you move slowly, if you move consistently, you become powerful. Progress doesn't require perfection. Progress requires consistency. 1 hour of focused work daily equals 365 hours in a year. That is equal to 15 books written, 1,000 workout sessions, 300 hours learning a new skill, a complete business plan and execution. Small daily discipline beats big life transformation. The greatest strength, never quitting. Adams expresses one of his core beliefs. The person who refuses to quit cannot be defeated. Obstacles test ambition. Setbacks test faith. Struggles test patience. Failure tests determination. Winners are not the strongest. They are the ones who stay the longest. Everything great requires time. Mastery takes time. Success takes time. Progress takes time. Growth takes time. People quit not because the goal is impossible, but because they stop too soon. Your future self will thank you for not giving up. Purpose-driven productivity. Productivity does not mean doing more. It means doing what truly matters. George Matthew Adams explains that people often stay busy yet achieve little because their actions are not connected to a purpose. Without a purpose, work becomes mechanical. With a purpose, work becomes powerful. When you know why you are doing something, resistance decreases and consistency increases. Two employees work 9 hours daily. One works only to complete tasks. The other works to grow, contribute, and master his field. After 5 years, both have the same hours, but one becomes irreplaceable because his productivity was purpose-driven. Adams teaches, focus on meaningful results, not endless activity. You become valuable when your daily actions contribute to a larger direction, your future. The law of effort and reward. Adams emphasizes a universal principle. Rewards always follow effort, never the reverse. People desire great results but offer small effort. Success does not work this way. If someone works, little effort, little reward. Moderate effort, moderate reward. Extraordinary effort, extraordinary reward. Not just effort, but sustained effort. A person who goes to the gym for 10 days and quits will see no results. But someone who trains consistently for a year may transform completely. Same activity, different level of effort and duration, different reward. The world does not pay based on potential. It pays based on consistent, demonstrated value. Excellence in communication and relationships. You cannot become successful alone. You rise through people. Adams highlights that many talented individuals fail because they lack people skills. Communication is not only speaking, it includes listening, understanding others, respecting differences, and handling conflicts calmly, and making people feel valued. A boss may control people with authority, but a leader influences people through respect and empathy. Authority forces obedience. Empathy builds loyalty. When you communicate excellently, you attract opportunities, people trust you, you form strong networks, and you are remembered. Your success depends not only on what you know, but also on how you connect with people. Creating opportunities instead of waiting for them. Adams strongly opposes passive living. Most people wait for inspiration, for the right time, for someone to help, for luck. But every great achiever creates opportunities instead of expecting them. You do not need permission to start growing. Some people wait to get a job to learn skills. Others learn skills and then jobs start coming automatically. Success always comes to those who start before conditions are perfect. Long-term vision and strategic planning. People usually exaggerate the importance of today, but underestimate the importance of 10 years. Adams teaches that successful people think in decades, not days. Short-term thinking focuses on comfort, entertainment, and instant results. Long-term thinking focuses on skills, growth, reputation, freedom, and legacy. A person who invests money for 10 years experiences exponential results because of compounding. The same applies to habits. Skills and discipline compound over time. When you plan long-term, you stop comparing yourself to others. You stop chasing shortcuts. You become patient and strategic. You stay focused even during slow phases. A long-term vision gives meaning to temporary struggles. Lifelong learning and intellectual growth. Adams states that the day you stop learning, you stop growing. Many individuals stop studying after school or college. Successful people never stop. Learning is not limited to degrees. It includes reading, skills development, studying human behavior, mentorship, and failure analysis. The world's top CEOs still read regularly, attend conferences, and learn from coaches, not because they are weak, but because they want to remain strong. Knowledge multiplies opportunities. Skills multiply income. Curiosity multiplies growth. Becoming the kind of person success follows. This is one of the deepest ideas in the book. Most people chase success, but success automatically follows people who build the right qualities. Success becomes a byproduct of character. The person who takes responsibility, respects time, improves skills, helps others grow, controls emotions, learns from failure, stands by values, keeps promises, will eventually be rewarded by life. Because success is attracted to discipline, determination, growth, and character. Instead of asking, "When will success come to me?" ask, "Am I becoming the kind of person success comes to?" When you upgrade yourself, your future upgrades automatically. Building self-confidence the right way. Adams explains that confidence is not something you are born with, it is something you build. Real confidence comes from knowing you can rely on yourself, keeping your promises to yourself, completing what you begin, growing a little every day. People lose confidence not because they are weak, but because they repeatedly break their own commitments. A person says, "I will wake up early, I will exercise, I will study, I will save money." But after 3 days, they stop. The brain learns, you don't mean what you say. Confidence decreases. But when you finish what you commit to, even small goals, "I will read 10 pages," and you do it. "I will walk for 20 minutes," and you do it. The brain learns, you can trust yourself. Confidence increases. Confidence grows from self-trust. Power of persistence and resilience. Adams emphasizes that talent wins in the beginning, persistence wins in the end. Many people have a strong start but a weak continuation. Anyone can begin, very few can continue. Persistence means working even when motivation drops, continuing even when results are slow, trying again even after failing. Success is rarely instant, it is accumulated. Students who study a foreign language for 20 days quit because they don't see progress. But those who continue for 2 years become fluent, not because they are smarter, but because they stayed consistent. Persistence converts ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers. Role of belief in shaping destiny. Adams states that belief is the engine of achievement. Your results eventually match your self-image. If you believe, "I cannot succeed," your actions weaken. If you believe, "I will succeed someday," your actions strengthen. Belief does not guarantee success instantly, but disbelief guarantees failure. Belief creates courage, optimism, action, creativity, determination. History is filled with individuals who achieved things others called impossible, not because conditions were perfect, but because their belief was powerful enough to fuel relentless effort. Your destiny expands or shrinks to the size of your belief. High standards and personal excellence. Adams explains that excellence is not a skill, it is a habit. High achievers hold themselves to higher standards in work, discipline, integrity, communication, reliability, and performance. They do not do just enough, they do better than expected. 2 employees finish work on time. One does the bare minimum, the other adds improvements, fixes small issues, and delivers organized results. Both have the same job title, but only one becomes irreplaceable. High standards produce self-respect, professional respect, long-term success. Courage to take responsibility. Adams clarifies that responsibility is not a burden, It is empowerment. People who blame parents, society, circumstances, boss, economy, luck remain stuck. People who accept responsibility gain control. Responsibility creates learning, growth, ownership, power to change. Two people lose a job. One blames the company and stays frustrated. The other analyzes weaknesses, improves skills, and becomes more employable. Which one grows? The responsible one. The moment you take responsibility for your life begins to change. Time discipline and life organization. Adams states that time is a mirror of life. Those who respect time are respected by life. Time management doesn't mean working nonstop, it means eliminating waste. People waste time on delaying important work, constant entertainment, scrolling without intention, unnecessary comparison, conversations without value. Time is not lost, it is invested in the wrong place. Organized people are not born organized. They develop habits. Planning the week, prioritizing high-impact work, eliminating distractions, saying no to unimportant things, maintaining healthy routines. Someone with average skills but great time discipline will outperform a talented person who wastes time. Success is not just about potential, it is about using time wisely. Turning weaknesses into strengths. Adams explains that weaknesses are not permanent. They are simply undeveloped strengths. 3 steps transform a weakness into a strength. 1. Acknowledge it honestly. 2. Study and understand it. 3. Practice improvement consistently. Someone weak in communication can become excellent after 3 to 4 years of reading, speaking daily, listening to skilled communicators, learning persuasion, improving vocabulary, and practicing public speaking. What was once a weakness can become a powerful advantage. How to avoid self-sabotage and limiting patterns. Most people do not fail because of external problems. They fail because of internal patterns. Self-sabotage behaviors include overthinking, excuses, procrastination, fear of judgment, stopping too early, seeking perfection instead of progress, toxic comparison, and negative self-talk. Improvement begins when you recognize the pattern and replace it. Replace "I can't do it" with "I'll learn to do it." Replace "it's difficult" with "it will take time." Replace "I've failed" with "I'm adjusting my strategy." Life changes when inner dialogue changes. Discipline, the backbone of achievement. Adams explains that talent creates potential, but discipline converts potential into results. Motivation is temporary, emotion is temporary, excitement is temporary, but discipline is consistent. Successful people do what needs to be done, even when they don't feel like it, even when no one is watching, even when results are slow. Discipline is proof that you respect your own goals. Everyone feels motivated to go to the gym on day 1, but the person who trains for 300 days, not 3 days, becomes fit. Fitness is not given by motivation, it is earned through discipline. The person who wins is not always the strongest, but the one who keeps showing up. Building a reputation that opens doors. Adams emphasizes that success depends not only on who you are privately, but also on how people experience you publicly. Your reputation is built by how you speak, how you behave, how you keep promises, how you work under pressure, and how you treat others. A strong reputation brings opportunities, trust, recommendations, promotions, and partnerships. If a company needs a reliable person for an important project, they choose not the most talented person, but the most consistent and trustworthy one. Talent may get attention, but reputation creates opportunities. The importance of purpose and values. Adams explains that a person without purpose is easily distracted. A person with purpose becomes unstoppable. Purpose gives clarity, direction, motivation, and strength in difficult times. Values protect that purpose. Values are the rules you refuse to break no matter what. Values include honesty, hard work, responsibility, respect, loyalty, and fairness. A person who lives without values may succeed temporarily, but not sustainably. A business built on manipulation may make fast money, but sooner or later it collapses. A business built on integrity may grow slowly, but it grows strong and forever. Purpose builds power. Values protect that power. Developing initiative and leadership. Leaders don't wait to be told, they take initiative. Initiative means acting before being asked, solving problems instead of pointing at them, finding opportunities instead of expecting luck. Leadership is not about control, it is about responsibility and contribution. In workplaces, the person who says, "Let me handle it," instead of saying, "This is not my job," becomes a natural leader over time. Leadership begins with initiative, not position. The power of enthusiasm and energy. Adams states that enthusiasm is a multiplier of performance. Two people can do the same task, but the one who does it with enthusiasm has higher creativity, better productivity, and stronger influence on others. Enthusiasm is not noise, it is passion. When you put energy into your work, people feel it, you feel fulfilled, and work becomes joyful instead of stressful. A teacher who teaches with energy creates interest. A teacher who teaches without enthusiasm creates boredom. Same subject, different energy, different impact. Enthusiasm elevates performance. Decision-making and maintaining clarity in life. Indecision is a silent destroyer of success. People lose years not because of wrong decisions, but because of no decisions. Adams teaches, think carefully, but don't think endlessly. Decide, act, improve along the way. Clarity does not come before action, it comes during action. People waiting for perfect clarity before starting a business never start. People who start small gain clarity with experience and adjust intelligently. Progress requires decisions. Creating a mindset that attracts success for a lifetime. Adams concludes that success is not an event, it is a mindset that compounds over years. The mindset that attracts success includes growth, responsibility, discipline, resilience, confidence, focus on contribution, willingness to learn, long-term thinking. When these qualities combine, you don't chase success. Opportunities, networks, and results start gravitating toward you because you become valuable. Success is not something you pursue desperately. It is something you attract by becoming the kind of person who deserves it. Self-control and emotional mastery. Adams emphasizes that a strong mind is not one that never feels emotion, but one that knows how to manage emotion. People lose opportunities not because of lack of talent, but because of anger, ego, impulsiveness, jealousy, fear, overreaction. Emotional mastery means pausing before responding, thinking before reacting, acting based on logic, not mood. A brilliant employee ruins relationships because he reacts aggressively when criticized. Another employee accepts feedback calmly and improves. Both are intelligent, but only one is emotionally intelligent, therefore promotable. When emotions control you, life becomes chaotic. When you control emotions, life becomes powerful. Importance of honesty and authenticity. Adams explains that dishonesty destroys success faster than failure ever will. Being honest and authentic builds trust, strengthens reputation, attracts loyal relationships, keeps mind free from guilt and fear. Dishonesty may give temporary advantage, but it costs peace of mind, respect, opportunities, relationships. One business person says whatever customers want to hear for quick sales. Another is transparent and sells only what people truly need. The first grows quickly and collapses. The second grows steadily and builds lifelong customers. Authenticity wins in the long run. Habit formation and habit breaking. Adams highlights that life improves when habits improve. Habits shape health, finances, productivity, emotion, character. Good habits strengthen the future. Bad habits silently destroy it. Learning is important, but implementing habits is transformational. 3 steps Adams recommends. 1. Remove temptations. 2. Build the environment that supports habit. 3. Track progress instead of depending on motivation. To build the reading habit, keep the book visible. Read 10 pages daily instead of waiting for free time. Track how many days you read this month. Small improvements create big change. Power of gratitude and positive attitude. Gratitude is not denial of difficulty. It is awareness of progress and possibility. People with a gratitude mindset notice opportunities others ignore, recover faster from setbacks, build healthier relationships, think resourcefully instead of negatively. 2 people lose a deal. One becomes negative and stops trying. The other says, "I learned something. Next time I will do better," and continues. Which person eventually succeeds? The one with gratitude for learning, not bitterness for failing. How to build unstoppable momentum. Momentum is when progress becomes easier and faster because of accumulated effort. Momentum begins with a small disciplined routine, a single improvement repeated daily, a consistent habit without excuses. Once momentum builds, confidence increases, procrastination disappears, creativity rises, success accelerates. A content creator posts once a month, little growth. Posting daily for 1 year, dramatic growth. The speed of growth increases because of consistency, not luck. Momentum is built by starting small and staying consistent. The law of character and legacy. Adams highlights a powerful truth. Success ends the day you stop working, but character continues forever. One can earn money and lose it. One can gain fame and lose it. But a person with strong character keeps respect, trust, dignity, influence. Character is built when you do the right thing even when no one sees. Keep promises even when inconvenient. Admit mistakes and fix them. Treat everyone fairly. Many professionals get opportunities not because of qualifications alone, but because someone trusted their integrity. Character builds a legacy that success alone cannot. How to stay motivated over the long journey. Motivation is not constant, therefore do not depend on it. People who succeed long-term rely more on discipline, routine, accountability, growth mindset. But Adams gives an important formula for sustainable motivation. Purpose plus progress equals motivation. Purpose drives you. Progress energizes you. A student studying without a goal becomes bored. A student studying for a dream career stays motivated even during difficulty. When purpose is clear and progress is visible, motivation becomes self-renewing. Mistakes that destroy growth and how to avoid them. Adams lists common mistakes that block success. Blaming instead of learning. Waiting instead of starting. Comfort instead of challenge. Envy instead of improvement. Knowing instead of doing. Quitting instead of adapting. To grow, replace mistakes with better patterns. Replace blame with accountability. Replace waiting with action. Replace comfort with challenge. Replace envy with inspiration. Replace knowing with implementation. Replace quitting with strategy change. Success belongs to the person who constantly corrects their direction instead of surrendering to errors.
Success thinking versus average thinking. One of the biggest differences between high achievers and average performers is not talent, luck, or background. It is thinking style. Average minds think, I hope things get better. I'll try, and if it doesn't work, I'll stop. I need motivation first. Successful minds think, I will make things better. I will keep going until it works. Action comes before motivation. Average thinkers wait for permission. Success thinkers give themselves permission. Average thinkers focus on problems. Success thinkers focus on solutions. Average thinkers say, I don't know how. Success thinkers say, I will learn how. This shift in thinking transforms everything: effort, habits, discipline, and results. Goal setting the smart way, without pressure. Goals should be simple, measurable, and behavior based, not emotional dreams that create anxiety. The formula is identity equals habits equals results. Don't set a goal like, I want to be successful. Set this: I commit to 1 hour of high value skill development daily for 90 days. You cannot control results directly. You can control actions, and actions bring results. If a goal stresses you, simplify it. If a goal excites you, pursue it. Real success comes from consistency, not force, clarity, not pressure. How to use failure as fuel. High achievers don't have fewer failures. They interpret failure differently. Average thinkers interpret failure as, I'm not good enough. I should stop. Success thinkers interpret failure as, I gained experience. I am now smarter. Failure is feedback. Failure is training. Failure is redirection towards something better. Mistakes only defeat you when you refuse to learn, refuse to try again. People who succeed do not win every time. They show up every time. Confidence in decision making and risk taking. Confidence is not perfection. It is trusting your ability to figure things out. The rule is decide fast, improve continuously. Waiting for the perfect time is the fastest way to lose opportunities. Successful people take calculated risks, learn fast, adjust fast, grow fast. The more decisions you make, the better you become at making them. Avoiding risks is dangerous. It keeps life small. Taking smart risks expands possibilities. The skill of influence and persuasion. Every success in life is connected to how well you communicate with others. To influence people effectively, understand what they truly want. Show how you can help them get it. Respect their emotions and perspectives. Speak with clarity, not pressure. Influence isn't manipulation. Influence is helping people take actions that benefit them and you. The world rewards leaders who inspire, communicators who connect, humans who understand humans. When you lift others, you rise too. Planning life with intention and clarity. A powerful life doesn't happen automatically. It must be designed deliberately. Ask yourself regularly, what kind of person do I want to become? What skills must I develop? What habits must I build? What opportunities must I pursue? What must I stop tolerating? Life becomes powerful when goals become clear, actions become consistent, plans become intentional. You cannot live every day randomly and expect an extraordinary future. How to stay unstoppable when life gets tough. Tough days are not a sign you're failing. They are a sign you're growing. Winners stay unstoppable because they have purpose, the reason, discipline,
the structure. Resilience, the emotional armor. 3 rules for hard times. 1. Don't stop. 2. Don't doubt yourself. 3. Don't reduce your effort. Increase your commitment. Most people quit when the finish line is close, not when it's far. Life becomes unstoppable when you decide, no matter how long it takes, I am not leaving until I win. The mindset of financial and personal freedom. Freedom is not built by wishing, it is built by building value and leverage. There are 3 levels of earning. 1. Earn by time, job. 2. Earn by skill and results, career or expertise. 3. Earn by leverage, systems, business, assets. Money follows impact, not effort. And impact is created through learning, specialization, and consistency. Financial freedom begins when a person shifts from working for money to building something that keeps paying even when they aren't working. Personal freedom begins when a person shifts from seeking comfort to seeking growth. Freedom is not an event, it's a lifestyle designed through discipline, learning, strategy, and patience. How to make success permanent, not temporary. Many people experience short bursts of success, but they can't hold it. Why? Because their identity doesn't match their goals. Success becomes permanent when the habits match the goal, the environment supports progress, the identity supports discipline. The safest formula for lasting success is routine versus motivation, system versus willpower, identity versus goals. You don't rise to the level of dreams, you rise to the level of standards. Building a powerful identity that attracts success. Identity shapes behavior more than goals do. Instead of saying, I want to be confident, say, I am the kind of person who acts confidently. Instead of, I want to be disciplined, say, I am the kind of person who follows through. Identity transforms patterns because the brain always tries to behave consistently with who you believe you are. The fastest way to build identity. Repeat actions that match the future version of yourself. Action creates identity. Identity creates destiny. Final inspiration. This is who you are becoming. You are not improving only to achieve success. You are improving to become the kind of person success follows. Someone who protects their focus, owns their decisions, builds their skills, controls their emotions, respects their standards, learns constantly, never gives up, refuses excuses, keeps expanding their potential. You are not competing with others, you are becoming the strongest version of yourself. This journey is not easy, but it is worth everything. The world does not reward the average. The world rewards the disciplined, focused, consistent, courageous, and committed. You are capable of more than you think you are, and the moment you decide to become unstoppable, your life will reshape itself around your determination. Your growth matters, your future matters, and your potential is far greater than your present. If this video added value to your mindset and your life, make sure to subscribe, like, share, and leave your comment below, because your support motivates us to continue creating life-changing content for you. Until then, stay disciplined, stay hungry for growth, and keep becoming the person your future will be proud of. See you in the next video.